Good morning. We're here at the Licensing Subcommittee decision of Monday, 22nd of July 2024. The time is 11:22 a.m. Just to clarify before I read the decision that you don't have to make any notes if you don't want to, because a copy of this decision will be given to all people that have made representations. The decision. The subcommittee has considered very carefully the application for the premises licence at the Hideaway. It gave due regard.
27A.
27A. Look at the solicitor. That's all right, Chair. That's all right. No worries. It gave due regard to Licensing Act 2003, the licensing objectives, statutory guidance and adopted statement of licensing policy. The subcommittee considered the relevant representations, both written and given orally at the hearing by all parties. Human rights legislation and public sector equality duty has been borne in mind whilst making the decision. The subcommittee noted that there was initially been 19 representations from residents objecting to the grant of the licence due to concerns in the main about the prevention of public nuisance licensing objective. The use of the premises until 1 a.m. Outside drinking, the premises being located in a residential area being amongst the concerns raised. The applicant had amended the application with revised hours, reducing the proposed hours of operation to 11 p.m. every day, and thereby removing the late night refreshment from the application. And this resulted in 5 residents withdrawing their application of objection. No representations have been made by the responsible authorities, notably the police and the environmental health, and conditions have been agreed with the police in advance. After having heard of all the above evidence, the subcommittee determined to grant the proposed application subject to imposing the agreed conditions and conditions implementing the operating schedule, as well as the following condition: that no licensable activity shall be undertaken at the premises until a written noise management plan or policy has been submitted to and approved by the licensing manager of the licensing authority. The reasons. It was noted that there have been no representations from responsible authorities having agreed conditions with the police, and accordingly the subcommittee had to accept the inference that there are no concerns on their part. Objection from interested parties focused upon potential noise disturbance from the premises, particularly from the use of outside areas. It was stressed that it is located in a residential area with the potential for nuisance arising from noise due to the longer periods of trading, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. Higher number of patrons, the changing clientele, and deliveries to and from the premises. The subcommittee accepted legal advice that the parking or issues regarding the amenity of the area are planning considerations and could not be taken into consideration in licensing. The applicant has reassured the subcommittee regarding the nature of the proposed operation of the premises with only background music, certainly no karaoke, etc. The double doors and insulation preventing noise escape, and the intention to manage deliveries, taxis, etc. with the use of entrances and exits to remain the same as the current provision. It was confirmed that the applicant would manage the premises with his wife acting as a DPS. Conditions agreed with the police relating to CCTV, Challenge 25 policy, refusal logs, children at the premises, and the prevention of sale of alcohol other than Witham Mill. The subcommittee noted there is a right for all parties to bring the licence back for review if there are any issues undermining the 4 licensing objectives resulting from the licensable activities at the premises. If nuisance occurs as a result of the application, residents are encouraged to liaise with the premises in the first instance in accordance with any noise management plan that's in place. And if unresolved, environmental health to be contacted and report the matter promptly. In this respect, residents can then be assured that if the premises changes hands or changes the nature of the operation or indeed fails to implement the steps that have been indicated by us today, and this leads to public nuisance, the matter can be brought back to the licensing authority for action to be taken. The subcommittee balanced all of the above issues and determined that in light of the lack of representation from responsible authorities and the additional steps proposed by the applicant, it was considered appropriate to grant the licence with the timings now applied for, and that this balanced the interest of both the residents and of the business. The condition relating to the noise management plan was considered appropriate considered appropriate to ensure that contact is enabled and continues from today's hearing, and to clarify the steps to minimise the impact of the noise associated with the premises. There is a right of appeal for all parties to the magistrates' courts, and formal notification of the decision will be set out right and in full. That draws the meeting to a close today. Thank you for everyone attending.